Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 50th birthday, dear Anthony. Happy birthday to you. Hello, you know me?
Couldn't get a fire permit for all the candles.
For his 50th birthday, I wish him 50 more years of this happiness and playing and all that.
Great.
He loves life.
Well, I remember one day we all cut school and we went down to the Newport Dunes to watch a battle of the bands, and me and Bill Hernandez snuck in the trunk of Anthony's Caprice to get in free. So when we get to the gate, Anthony goes 2 because there's 2 people in the car. And the guy at the gate goes, okay, and he goes, hey, can you guys, as long as you're here, can you give me a lift up to the main gate where you get in? I just ended my shift. So Anthony goes, all right. He knew we were in the trunk. So the employee gets in the car and he starts driving him up to the main gate, and me and the guy in the trunk start beating on the walls going, woo, we made it, those dumb kids. We made it. And the guy looks over to Anthony, opens the trunk, we get out, and the guy said, that's all right. You did me a favor by pulling up. But anyway, it's pretty embarrassing.
My most embarrassing moment involving Anthony is when we went to Greenland on a USO tour in August of 2000, and it was one of our last nights playing there at the Air Force Base, and Anthony had drunk too much ouzo. That's what they kept sending us, shots of ouzo. Not my drink of choice, but he was so bad he asked me to call the taxi that they had around the base in Greenland. So I called the taxi for him, they came and picked him up. I stayed till like the sun came up the next day I was there. I was one of the last to leave. But when I went to use the restroom, because it was like going to a dorm where everybody used the same restroom, I was gonna go wash my hands in the sink, and I noticed that someone had thrown up in the sink. And I thought, oh, that's pretty nasty, and I went to the next sink, and there was some more throw up in there, and then the next one. Well, someone had thrown up in 3 sinks. I thought most people would try to throw up if they're in the bathroom, and the toilet is just around the other side of the bathroom. So the next day, I mentioned it to Anthony. They go, man, someone was so gross, they threw up not only in 1 sink, but 3 sinks. They didn't even make it to the toilet. Oh, you know what? That was me. I said, why did you throw up in the sink? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where the toilets were, and I had to throw up. I'm like, well, why'd you use 3 different ones? I don't know.
Wishes from the gang at Ricabana. Happy birthday, Anthony. Happy 50 more. Because Anthony doesn't look a day over 40. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Because he has a good stylist.
Stay young and stay rocking and stay kind. That's what I appreciate about them and him the most.
Great. Thank you, guys.
This has to be one of them because he's really turned into quite the thing. I'm really proud of his playing and I didn't know that Mark sang even. So I'm proud of both of them.
Great.
You know,
Any birthday wishes for Anthony?
just wish it keeps going on. I hope we're all here for his next another 50 years from now when he has 100. That'll make me 125. Good Lord.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's hope we make it.
And we want to know if you still have the shirt, which I think Lee said you do. And we want to see you in it next time. You're awesome. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There's a handful of pills and a couple of beers in the morning for breakfast. I don't know anymore. You know what I'm talking about?
What's the most embarrassing moment you can remember with
About
Anthony?
2 hours ago, right up there on stage. You know what I'm saying?
What do you wish for him on his
I wish him
50th
all the
birthday?
best. Of course, you know. I can't do this anymore. Anthony, happy birthday. I may be drunk as a skunk, but I still wish you happy birthday.
Going way back, when I first met Anthony, we were standing in line for track, and we go, who is this kid? And we start talking to this guy, and we find out, hey, he's pretty fast. You know, so we decide, hey, we'll go to his house. So I go to his house, and he's got a bedroom with a drum set, and I always wanted to play drums, and so, you know, it's like, so we played around a little bit. And then, you know, a couple weeks later, I call him on the phone. He goes, yeah, come on over, but don't tell your friends. So we started jamming, and actually Anthony is the person who inspired me to really go out and get a drum set and start playing. So I got my set in his Chevy Caprice. We picked the drum set up. He goes, there's no need to bring it home. Just leave it here, and we'll put a band together. So we put this band together with no vocals, of course. We didn't need them, you know.
Of course not.
Right, and we just started playing, you know. So we go way back, and it's good to have a friend like Anthony. He's always been there for me for a lot of things, and he was even in my wedding, you know. So he's a real good bud, and I wish Anthony, you know, another 50 years, make it to 100. So.
Great.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, it goes back a long time, you know. He was like a little widget running around with a guitar in his hand, and we knew him way back. Way back.
About a week.
About a week.
What's the most embarrassing moment you guys have together?
Well, you know, Ferdinand here, he embarrassed me a lot of times. Or you mean with Anthony? Oh, with Anthony.
That would be tonight when I played that song that I couldn't remember the words to.
Well, you sounded good.
You know, I was really embarrassed that time his pants fell off.
It's amazing what you can make up on the spot,
I
up on
know.
the stage.
It's
Don't we look like a Muppets?
Some headbanging. You know,
Well,
well,
we all have to do that.
I can't even move my fingers like that anymore.
Oh my gosh, my two brain cells are swirling.
Both of them.
So, what do you guys wish for Anthony for his 50th?
Another guitar.
Always.
He needs another
He
one.
needs another one. You know what? Actually, we
Then he'll have 50.
It's a senior moment. I can't remember.
No,
What's the
Anthony,
question?
all kidding aside, Anthony, long life and health, my brother. Long life and health. Keep staying with the Lord. Get really close to the Lord that nobody ever can shake your faith, my brother. I care about you, love you, man. I'm glad you invited me. I'm glad to be here on your 50th.
Well, I could top that.
Yeah, but I had to start it.
Well, actually, you know, I'm looking forward to the next, you know, at least 25 years to do more music with you and this guy as well. And so keep on playing. We're going to be rocking my people if only your people. But happy birthday, Elise. You rock. Put this thing on. It's just amazing. I love the gefilte fish and the little cracker that they were on. It's a gefilte fish, right? And where'd the matzo balls go?
No, that's what I was looking for.
But you know what?
Actually, Anthony will be more like my person will call your person. People is a little much.
Cool, thank you guys.
Well, hey, listen.
Hey,
You're 50. You're not as old. You don't look a day over it, by the way. He didn't, did he?
No.
You know, and you rock. You still got it. I don't care what Rusty Anderson says about you. He didn't say anything, did he?
You know, it's kind of like old bread. You really can't tell it from fine toast. I have no idea what that means. But
Thank you guys.
How about the ladies?
Happy birthday.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Happy
birthday, Anthony.
Happy birthday. I met Anthony in anatomy physiology with the lab in Fullerton College. And so we studied anatomy physiology together as our standing joke. So there you are.
And what
he came over for study group one night, and the study group was actually on the next night instead of that night. So, or the night before, one or the other. And so he ended up, I was just studying anyway, and he didn't know what a mandible was, and I couldn't stop laughing because I thought that was hysterical. He wasn't amused, and so he asked me to go to dinner with him, and that was the end of study group.
So what do you wish?
There you have it.
What do you wish for your husband on his 50th?
Another 50. Another 50 with him. Yeah! Bring it on.